The list of top golfers joining a breakaway tour sponsored by Saudi Arabia is growing longer, adding Bryson DeChambeau and Patrick Reed, according to Britain's Telegraph. They would join Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, Sergio Garcia, and Louis Oosthuizen, among others. These 6 players, who have won a total of 12 major championships, are giving up the PGA Tour in exchange for millions in guaranteed money. They're also leaving themselves open to accusations that they are linking themselves to an authoritarian regime, as Charlie D'Agata shows us.
Good morning. Over the course of the next few days, some of the biggest names in golf will be competing for one of the biggest paychecks in golf. But the battle unfolding on the fairways and greens here goes far beyond this little patch of England. What's about to tee off today at the Centurion Club north of London could change the course of golf forever. 6-time major champion Phil Mickelson, among a swelling number of stars, lured away from the PGA by eye-watering sums of Saudi Arabian money.
I understand that many people have very strong opinions and may disagree with my decision. At this time, this is an opportunity that gives me a chance to have the most balance in my life going forward, and I think this is going to do a lot of good for the game.
And a lot of good for his bank balance. He declined to confirm reports. He cut a deal for $200 million just to show up. He was repeatedly grilled about Saudi Arabia's human rights record.
I don't condone human rights violations at all. I don't think nobody here does, throughout the world.
But those violations haven't stopped him from taking part. Same with big hitters like Sergio Garcia, Ian Poulter, Lee Westwood. But none higher ranked than former world #1 Dustin Johnson, who defected from the PGA for a reported $125 million paycheck.
But what the consequences are going to be, obviously I can't comment on how the tour is going to handle.
The breakaway tour has driven a wedge straight through the PGA between those staying loyal to the tour and those who believe they deserve a bigger payout.
I think it is an existential threat to the way that golf has been run traditionally since the 1960s.
Ian Carter is BBC Sports golf reporter.
And you're actually having big names resigning from the PGA Tour. Who would ever have seen that coming?
That's huge, right?
I think it is. I think it's very significant.
Even more significant, the fact it's being bankrolled by a Saudi regime accused of appalling human rights abuses, including the brutal murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi.
Saudi Arabia is investing billions and billions of dollars into reputation improvement across the world.
A PR campaign known as sports washing, or what Human Rights Watch's Adam Kuhl calls image laundering.
Well, Saudi Arabia has had a terrible human rights record for many years. It's a place where basic freedoms have never been especially respected.
As for the future of the PGA, Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan has repeatedly threatened a lifetime ban for players participating in Saudi-backed events. But the list continues to grow.
So the money is out of this world.
Nathan Murphy hosts the Golf Weekly podcast.
So nobody knows really where this is going to end, but certainly it is the greatest threat and rival that the PGA Tour has ever faced.
It came as a surprise, to say the least, when Dustin Johnson said he'd be taking part in the tournament. Just a few months ago, he was one of the most vocal opponents. In the end, he said, "I had to do what's best for my family." For CBS Mornings, Charlie D'Agata, north of London.
I guess money talks.
Because money talks. Looking forward to the women's tour.
Yeah, right?
What happened to the plan? Should ask these Saudis about that. Yes.